Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's B from Kongs R Us, and welcome to Build Your Own Legends. This is episode 4. We're going to meet the rest of the competition. We're already almost about 2 weeks ago away from the finale show, and so I'm excited to be your host today in a new spot. If you couldn't tell, I'm sitting in my arcade, but I also happen to be sitting in my Legends Connect build that I'm building to represent Team US, because I'm going to bring it against this Canuck. This guy who built a little barcade that's probably singing in the dark somewhere. I have no idea what you're going to bring to the table, but the host competition, I think, is just going to be as hot as this competitor competition. How you doing, Restalgia?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Sit comfy in my chair. Just trying to be some creative juices getting flowing to see what we can do with this Connect build. Have you done anything else to your host build since? Did you turn it on? Does it still even work?
Oh, it still works, baby.
You have
but I haven't
electricity up
done
there?
anything. Yeah, we've got some electricity. I've got to burn some coal to get it, but we've got some power here. I haven't done anything yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do anything, but I'm gonna try to beat what you've got. But I mean, a racing cabin is gonna be something that I'm pretty much going to have to go back to the drawing board if I want to actually beat it. So it'll be tough.
I'm curious to see what you got going on. So just teasing a little bit. So I thought I'd just sit in it just to see how comfortable it is. I got the wheel here. I even got the TV set up right here, what I'm doing. I'll give you a little sneak peek. Look, this is just me on the side. This is the full racing rig from the side to the back to the front. I know I got to put it into a full-size cabinet, but it'll be good. But anyways,
you only got $300 though. Can you make that happen?
I do. Everything here is already under 200, I think. So I still got a little ways to go. It's just mounted. Yeah, but we have a third host for the show today, the one, the only Tampatec. What's going on, Tampatec?
How you doing?
Good. Do you have any skin in the game again from either me or Restalgia doing this host competition, or you could really care less and still do your thing?
I like your driving arcade. It looks pretty cool. I like it actually. It looks really good. I have to see his bar arcade, so I have to see that. But I like the driving game. It looks really cool. I like it.
Yeah, cool. We got a lot of folks in the chat, by the way. Rich Odello's here. Hollywood Polo is here. To Die For is in the chat as well. We got a big super chat from Akuma Rev, $10 super chat that says, I came for punch and pie, but damn, we getting that Canadian eggplant. What's good, all? Get those quarters in the glass. Go USA, USA. Play I'm a Real American Hulk Hogan entrance music here. That could be a good entrance song that we could get for a potential US contestant. So today we are going to be talking to two very, very different guests. One you may know, one you may not be as familiar with, but you will know who he is. KillerPenguins versus MichaelB. Before we bring on Restalgia, Tampatec, any thoughts on the competition so far? What do you feel about these two competitors, even what we saw last week?
I've seen some pictures of the stuff coming up that we're going to talk about and look at today. And pretty cool, even though some of them are just designs and some of them are real actual product images. I'm pretty blown away by what we're going to see today.
Yeah. How about you, Tampatec? What do you think about the competition so far?
Oh man, I don't know. I think they're like, I think they're might be better than last time. I mean, Jacob's arcade was over the top for sure, but these contestants are really putting in like a lot of heart and soul into their projects for sure.
Yeah, and some of the things that I noticed about this year's contestants, a lot of the builds that they're making are like huge. I think the first round of ones that we saw were kind of like these countercades or smaller builds, a wallcade, right? There wasn't anything besides, I mean, the coffin cade, that one was like a full size, but many of the entries were these smaller ones. And things that we've seen, people are going big. People are getting really into the mods that they've done. Except for this guy, because a lot of people that have seen the actual thumbnail saw a giant eggplant. So Michael
that accurately represents MichaelB. Giant.
Yeah, that's the eggplant is my spirit animal.
How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. I'm so honored to be on here with such big YouTubers like Restalgia and Tampatec. This is fun.
Yeah, I'll get there someday. I'm just hosting. I'm the scrub, so that's okay. But hey, super happy to be here.
I've never thought you'd look better, P-dubs. Like, honestly, shaving off the goatee was the best thing you've ever done.
Oh, yes. I need to continue doing my best B-dubs impersonation because he really does bring the party sometime to these things. But I'll do my best hosting impersonation. But it's cool to see half of the game room dudes here. Is it weird to see each other, you and Restalgia, that Canadian brotherly love in a different setting? You guys are a little bit of in a host/competitor relationship now? Like, has anything changed between the two of you since you've joined the competition?
What?
We're not competing against one another, but I think no, I don't even know how to answer that question. Michael,
I-
is that with you?
I do. I mean, this just
Blah, blah,
feels
blah,
like
blah.
this just feels like every other day. It's Restalgia's going to be judging me, like he judges me on the show, like he judges me in life.
A little bit what I
That's
was looking
fair.
for. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
for sure. So
That's
Michael
fair.
B, how's the Legends Connect build going? People explain to
Slow.
folks what's happening.
So I live on an island off the coast of Canada, and I'll explain it to you. I ordered my parts from DIY Retro Arcade with 2-day shipping. 2-day shipping means a month to my island for some reason. So here's where we are. I'm slow behind everybody else, and I'm also very much a novice. I have no idea what I'm doing here. So I'm just trying to have fun. I have a neat idea, and hopefully within the next 2 weeks, my parts should be here on Monday. Fingers crossed. I'll be able to get moving pretty quick. Woodworking, I'm really good with. This side, like actually mounting an arcade, I don't know what I'm doing.
Restalgia, when you first saw Michael B's plans, how confident were you in his abilities to actually do this? Tell me a little bit about what you saw.
To be completely honest, I know Mike's not like a big modder. I know he's come out and said that a million times. That being said, after working with the Connect board and realizing like you can just buy a harness and it's super easy, plug and play and connect your buttons and you're off running. So I wasn't too concerned. When he started telling me he was going to be doing the design that he did and it's going to be like interchangeable parts, I was like, okay, you're going to need to know how you can wire it up and still be able to move things around. But as far as like my concern for him doing it, not really. I think pretty much the Connect board is something that anybody with very little skills can pick up, and with an hour or two worth of attention to detail and looking at the instruction manual, you should be able to get it up and running.
Nice. Tampatec, have you guys ever met formally Michael B? Tampatec?
Not really.
No? All right. So first introductions all around. Tampatec, any thoughts on Michael B's build so far or anything?
I don't know. Did you see the design, Paul?
Let's see it.
Let's see it. All right. So let's just put it on a screen and show
Yeah.
everybody what's happening with Michael B's build. So this is, I guess you could still say, in concept phase. So you want to walk us through what we have here?
I don't know what I'm seeing. What is that? What's going on?
So-
That's it.
No. So it's a little bit more complicated than that. So I called it jokingly the Infinity game table, and that's not obviously going to be the real name. The name, I don't know what it is going to be. It's probably just going to be I don't know, board game arcade. I don't know. We'll figure something out down the line. But right now, the way it works is it basically works kind of like my idea is like a giant chessboard, except molded more so it's an arcade. So you can bring it with you, lay it down on a table, and it becomes a countercade just on any table you want to use. So you see it, it's got two control panels right there. Those green sections are the two control panels, control deck, 1 stick, 6 buttons, and this is the vertical mode. Obviously, this looks kind of stupid. Why would you need 6 buttons for a vertical build? You'll see in a bit. Now, over on this section here, it's blacked out, so you can't really see it, but these are actually going to be channels, so you can actually move the two control decks along. Well, actually, the other way around. I've got this done, but you can actually move the control panels down to the next one, so it becomes modular. So this is the first build, just a big table. No, you're gone too far. That's mode 4. Let's go back. There we go. So what you do is you move your controllers down in the channels here, and you can actually turn it into a vertical counter table build, horizontal cocktail build, and then 2 people can play right next to each other. Because like I hate those cocktail tables that arcade one-up have for like Marvel versus Capcom, where you're playing back to back on the vertical screen. Obviously, you want to play on a real screen next to somebody. So I love the idea of being able to move over to the side. So there's going to be channels. You can bring the control panels over. That's where it goes. And then if you move over to mode 3. This is a play on the vertical build, but I'm hoping to actually be able to put pinball buttons in there as well. And then underneath, they'll have small retractable legs. So you can put the slope up like you would normally have with a pinball table, and it becomes a tabletop pinball table as well. Then you move over to the last mode that I have in there right now, and this is a build on the horizontal mode, because horizontal may suck of you just looking down at a table, but you can actually turn it into kind of like a countercade. I called it a tabletop arcade here. So they're going to have a hinge on the bottom of the TV. You can pull the TV up. It's going to have retractable legs. So if two people are sitting next to each other in the horizontal mode, you can also pull the screen up and it becomes a horizontal countercade.
All right, so Tampatec, you've now seen the concept art. any initial thoughts? Yeah,
I still don't get it. I would have to see something. I like these, like this is like PowerPoint to me, and I don't get PowerPoint. I mean, I appreciate the like, you know, the idea, but I would have to see it. Like, you know, I would have to see the cabinet and the build, and so as of right now, I'm like, I don't really like grasp the whole the whole thing. I get like it converts it into like a pinball and stuff like that. I get that, but I have to see it to you know, the outcome, like the cabinet and everything.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Yeah,
Does this
so
make sense to you?
What's that? Are you asking me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally, I get it. When I look at the design and everything, it makes total sense. And that's why when I was saying earlier on, the only thing I wasn't sure about in terms of what Mike is going to be able to do is how he's going to get those control decks to shift over without having to like disconnect. Like the wire length is going to be long enough, and that it's going to be contained within the channel, so that way it doesn't get, you know, messed up, or none of the wires pop out of the buttons or anything like that. So I think that's going to be probably the most challenging part of the whole build, and I'm curious to see how he does.
Risque. It's going to be risque to do.
It will.
Risque.
It's going to be dirty.
So is this black part? This is going to be like a kind of wood frame. Is that what you're planning on putting around this?
Well, see, the thing was, I was just going to come on and tell you what my idea was. And then Restalgia said, this might be a terrible idea for you to explain it this way. Can you come up with some designs? And I said, sure, I've got lots of time. I'm just sitting around doing nothing to develop designs here at the last moment. So I made these in very quick fashion. So they're not as detailed as I typically would.
Have you started?
I have an on-off button. I have a Legends Connect and a screen. Still waiting for the rest of the parts.
All right, MichaelB has officially 10 days because this is due on the 24th.
You're like me when I was doing my like high school reports in like projects.
Oh yeah.
I wait until like the night before.
Yeah. So I can wait till 3 days after, like in university, and I just lose 30%, right? So I can still get a 70, right?
That's not how this one works, man. You're going to be pulling some late nights getting this thing finished.
That's my life in general, anyways. Like everything is late night, so I expect I'm going to have a busy 2 weeks ahead of me. Once I get the parts on Monday, it's full steam ahead.
All right, so let's hear from the chat, because I'm curious from the chat that's sitting here looking, saying you can't wait for this to become a reality, but with 10 days left in the competition and MichaelB's concept art, give us a let's see, a rating from 1 through 5, on 5 being you're super confident this is going to be amazing, or 1 if you think it's going to be a, I don't know what to call it. I have no words.
A shitstorm.
Yeah. You said it, not me, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get some informal polling to see how confident we are in MichaelB. Oh,
I hope it's awesome.
Giving you some 5s up there. We got some high, a 4.8 from Jeff Rule. So the audience is confident. MichaelB, how confident are you in yourself that you're going to get this done in 10 days?
I think that's very kind of them to be confident. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a really cool idea, but like I'm limited to the fact of where I am. Like everything is nuts. 2-day shipping took a month, so you figure that out.
Yeah,
that's round 2. And Restalgia got mad at me. He was like, "Why don't you just build the frame?" And I'm like, "You can't build the frame until you actually get the parts." I mean, I've never done things that way. Like I don't want to build the whole frame and then figure out I mismeasured the speakers.
It's possible though.
Yeah.
Our first one. So honest, Dimitri. There it is.
I appreciate it, Dimitri. Like you're probably the most realistic here, man.
To be fair, I mean, I think that when I did my build with the contestants for season 1, I think that I dedicated like if I were to actually block it out, I think it was like 3, maybe 2 8-hour days, like worth of time that I broke up over the course of the week. Now I just built a very simple barcade. It was pretty. There wasn't any moving parts. It was like slap it all together, put a screen in there, connect it all. But yeah. I think Mike, I mean, you're up to like 4 o'clock in the morning your time anyway, so like you may as well make use of that time. I think you should be okay to get it finished. Now,
also, guys, I'm not as concerned as everybody else is. Like this stuff I talked about with the conversion stuff, this is not rocket science. Like I'm putting a hinge, on some pieces of wood for legs. How much time is that really going to take?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
those famous last words.
Yeah,
we'll
it might be.
How big is it? How what's the size? Like
I wanted to go smaller, but the problem is it's so hard to find screens right now. So like the only way I could find like a cheap screen to make this work was to basically buy a used computer monitor. So I ended up going 24 inches, which was actually it is, but it's a little bit bigger than I wanted to go because I wanted to make the body of the table as portable as possible because that's what this is. I want it to be a portable cocktail converting.
Actually,
cabinet.
I have one behind me that is a 23-inch screen by Sharpen, and it's like right there.
Yep.
And it is small. You can put it on a desk, easy.
Perfect.
See if I can turn it on. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
It's Android, so it's an Android box, and then connected to basically buttons, and there's an I/O board. And it has like a small like mini amp and tiny like PC speakers built in. And it's like a kit. Like you buy it from Sharpen. You have to build it though, and you have to put it all together. So in a way, you are building a virtual pinball machine by yourself. But they give you all the wood and everything. You have to screw it all together. But I like it. And I put it on speaker stands. So the one they sent me is really meant to be on a desk. But I was lucky enough to find speaker stands, and I screwed it into this piece right here, and the speaker stands are on Amazon.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so now I got it. Like I can stand up and play pinball because you don't sit down and play pinball. You stand up, play pinball.
You can sit down to play pinball. We've got good friends from Toy Shock putting out a small pinball tabletop.
Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah, if you're in like what I mean, wheelchair, you sit down and play pinball. You know what I mean? But I stand up playing pinball because
I know what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just the feel of it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Michael B, the Game Genie's build progress so far. Good luck to you, good sir. 10 days isn't a lot of time, but I'm happy because you happen to be from Team Canada, and we know that as you represent your country in this build, it just makes all the US modders look that much better. So
and put them on Team Canada side. Like
all I'll say is none of my wood was stolen from a church. That's all.
Speaking of church, all right. So we're gonna bring on our next competitor to the stream.
Foreshadowing,
Mr. Killer Penguins representing Team USA, Team America. Here he is, right here. What is going on, Killer Penguins?
What is going on, America? That's right. USA got the belt already.
We can't see you.
We can't see you.
Can't see me. Can't see me. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
Good job, Team USA.
We can't see you.
We can't see you.
You know, I'm like MichaelB on an island. You know, it takes 2 weeks for my internet connection to finally get back to you guys.
We're still on the AOL discs. Those AOL discs.
I tried to make it full screen, but you were. If I do this full screen, is he blacking out? Can we see?
Yeah, it's black. Like
yeah, his screen is just black. It looks like his camera's off, maybe.
No.
Check your check your settings, your camera settings in.
I can see it, but it's struggling a little bit.
Click on the gear.
Killer Penguins is representing it, all decked out. I mean, it was an amazing entrance, and only I saw it in the background. So you're making Team USA
biscuit monkeys.
That's all right. We can hear you. You might want to try reconnecting.
I wonder if I leave and come back.
Yeah, leave the thread and come on back.
We're gonna have that
unplug
entrance.
the the camera, replug it in.
I think he's using a smartphone, so he'd have to jump out, jump back in.
USA,
that's all right.
A-okay.
You guys keep doing you. You're just making Team Canada look that much better. So.
Oh, it's okay. We're gonna let the actual mods themselves talk for what it is because.
Oh, sure, yeah. You got to go that route because.
Because Killer Penguins is back.
There he is.
Is that better?
Do your big entrance. There it is.
What's going on, guys? USA here to represent unfortunately, one of our USA guys didn't make it last week, so I had to carry him on my shoulders this week. That's why I look like this with the belt. That's right. And I'm excited to show you my cocktail table. I wish Michael B, the Game Genie, would have brought his cocktail table, because it would have been bang, 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 battle of the cocktails tables.
Yeah, a
That's
cockfight.
That's right. America.
America, that's right. America represent straight out. I mean, that looks pretty amazing. He already has his own belt. We don't even need to get him a championship belt. Look at that.
Well, I went into the future, and I just want to thank everybody that voted for my build. Got me to win this. USA bringing it all the way.
Very good, very good. Well, Killer Penguins
Yes.
has his own YouTube channel. He's actually putting out some pretty cool modding content, and with several different AtGames products, including a pinball machine. But it's not about the winning of the pinball. It's about building something crazy and showing what you can do. So you got a badass build behind you. And do you want to talk a little bit about it? And then I can pull up some photos and we can get into it.
Yeah, well, so I wanted to do a cocktail table, and the biggest thing is, what can I bring to this cocktail table that hasn't been done before? And I have features in this table that is going to blow your mind. Set this thing on fire. Literally. You'll wait and see. But I got different features, things that I did Google searches. I did Reddit searches. It might have been done before, but I haven't seen it. And this is going to, to be able to get this thing to work, from paper to product, is just mind-blowing with what I have in store for this build. This ain't no regular cocktail table. I mean, it has a 32-inch monitor in it that I borrowed from my daughter's room because she's only 2 and doesn't need a 32-inch TV. And that's okay, because she likes playing on the arcade, and that's all that matters. But yeah, so yeah, if you want to show pictures, and then I can, kind of show, I'm kind of have stuff hidden in here. I don't want to show everything. I sent B and Restalgia some pictures, and I actually blocked out some of the features that I have in here. So yeah, here's the beginning of the build.
So how long have you been, you've been putting this build together for a little while now, but all these parts, where'd you get all this stuff? I think Michael B was giving a little foreshadowing of where you got all your materials from. This build looks expensive, but if you did some creative sourcing, such as yourself, how did you get this under $300?
So I've lucked out with a lot of things. First off, some of the stuff in here, Facebook Marketplace, to die for, knows about the Facebook Marketplace. So I got some cheap stuff in there. But also, in regards to Michael B wanting to call me out, saying I stole some wood from a church, ain't nobody got time for that. No, I lucked out. I got, pretty much their family. They have a church, and then within the church, they have a Christian school. And they recently moved to a new school, and as of beginning of last year, they've been doing renovation and remodeling, and they had extra wood and plexi and paint and primer and all that left over. And I was like, hey, I got to do this build. There's no way I can accomplish what I want to do with this build under the $300 budget if I have to buy plexiglass and wood and that. And because it was just going to go to waste because I can't return it, they were like, yeah.
So the church is missing a bench?
Yeah, the pew's gone.
Yeah, it's, nicely
So
stained
the
in that,
pastor has to hold the Bible the whole time.
Yes, I mean, I promised him that I would build him a pedestal, and
You can put the Bible in the arcade.
This is the churchcade now.
All I can envision is, the part where you get down at church and you get down on the little bench ahead of you to say the psalms, sing the songs or whatever. I can see just this row of women all falling over because of the missing wood.
I made sure to take one leg from each one so they're still sturdy with 3 legs. We just have, not to be,
it's a rocking chair.
Parents, adults sit on this side with the 2, and children sit on the side with the 1.
It's not wobbly. It's a rocking chair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a recliner.
People at church think we're rocking at a rock concert, but no, we're just rocking for Jesus.
Some
I don't know if this is allowed or not, but I just want to say, like, I am so impressed with the build that Killer Penguins did, and I'm going to put you over, brother, because I have been telling AtGames forever they needed to build some kind of cocktail table, and honestly, everything I ever wanted to see in a cocktail table, you have pretty much put in this and more. So, like, fantastic job. I know this isn't usual, but like, really, this is impressive, man.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I haven't done, even though I've done some modding videos. That's just me learning, like, since the ALP, since I got it at the beginning of the year. I've never done any modding before, and this is pretty much, besides the few things I've done with the ALP, this is pretty much my first build. And from going a lot of like 15 pieces of paper of drawing, and I also lucked out because my uncle does a lot of home renovations and that, so he had a workshop so I could take and get the proper cuts with the table saw and things like that.
Helps.
So
yeah.
If I had to do this all by hand, like, it would have never happened. So I just
this view, it looks like it's in its current state behind you. So this is kind of an up close picture of kind of where it's at. Talk to us a little bit about the design. Is this something that did you just kind of map this out on your own and then cut everything? Is this kind of end up how you envisioned it when you drew it out initially?
Well, I looked, I did a lot of searching on like different cocktail builds and the type of panels they have, and a lot of the ones I saw, they cut out like a U shape in it, and then the control panel sits inside. But I wanted to come up with a way to, like, have it sit flush on the side, which I've done there, so it doesn't go inside, it's just all flush on there. And it's kind of hard to see, but I've added some light guns.
Oh my goodness. Are you pointing to your regular build?
Yeah, because I actually hid them in the photo because I wasn't
Oh.
really loaded to hide them. I got something behind this cardboard here that I haven't shown that I colored out in the pictures.
More.
I got this top part up here.
Hey, Killer Penguins, just sorry to jump in again, but I wanted to let you know Restalgia is going to be moving houses pretty soon, so we could use some of those cardboard boxes in the background.
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of shipping and stuff, so I'm like, keep boxes and cut boxes down to what I need to ship out stuff and that.
All right.
So, but yeah, Restalgia, I got you.
What's up with those? Yeah, exactly. What's up with those like boxes? Are you porch pirate? What is it? What's going on?
No, so I do a lot of, like, my 3D printing that I do.
Yeah.
I have to ship stuff out. So if I get Amazon or whatever boxes, I keep the boxes, then I cut down specific sizes I need.
Tell them how many 3D printers you have. Like, this is fascinating.
I got 8 of them.
He just bought one because he said 7 earlier, right?
Yeah.
He bought one when we were doing the show.
From the church.
I'm actually in the process of getting another one, so it'll be 8. But so, I mean, I can show you more of this if you guys want to see.
Yeah, more of that.
Let's see it.
Is that going to be plexiglass on top, or like
there's
kind
a
of
red plexi
It
there.
is plexi on top.
Oh, okay. How'd you get the plexiglass?
Church.
Church.
They have nothing left.
So this comes up.
Look at that.
That's so
Wow.
Rest in peace, Team Canada.
Who needs church? They just need the arcade.
And
That's
so-
really cool.
That's
Hold
awesome.
on, wait. How does that stand up like that? Is there?
Wow.
Do you have? What are they called? Those piston arm things attached?
Yes,
Like what exactly?
there's
Hydraulics
inside.
Hydraulics. Thank you.
Amazon, $10.
That's it, eh?
Wow.
Yeah, $10 for
break out the
15
donation
pound.
basket. You totally have to call
And,
us to Church Kate afterwards or something like that.
Yeah.
We got 3D printed clips to hold the plexi on. The actual holsters for the light guns are actually 3D printed, and they're designed to go inside of the cabinet. Because check this out. This is, I'm all about cable management, right? I don't want to show you the inside because right now I just had to throw stuff because I still have to do wiring. But the thing that was so annoying about light guns is the cables that hang from the guns.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can create internal holsters, 1, they're not bulky sticking out the side, but 2, I can run the cables inside for beautiful cleanup, which I've done right here. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around for you guys.
All right, so while he's doing that, I missed a super chat from Console Fanboy to Restalgia that says no one can pull off that hat like that except Restalgia and loves it. But what are you wearing? I don't think Michael B even knows what you were wearing. What is that? Is that some mystery?
What did he say? This is a crummy Marvel character? Is that what you said, Mike?
It's Captain Canada from the
Captain
NTV
Canada,
12
yeah.
o'clock news.
Almost all of my hats are either like Batman or DC Comics, or I've got a couple other ones, but yeah, no, it's Batman. This is artwork that would have come right out of a comic book. So
Nice. And Akura Red with another $5 super chat that says, "This is for Killer Penguins. He looks like a retro arcade Brock Lesnar. Had to go had a baby with Apollo Creed. Mike B's giant Canadian accent. That's right. That's
Buddy.
right. All right. So what did you just do right now? Did you pull out something else? You said you did some clean
Yeah.
wire management.
So we got, well, I have this, this is the power button here. Boom. We got to keep kids from pressing the power. Boom.
So what kind of guns are those? Are those Wiimotes? Or are those aim tracks?
Aim
Yes,
track.
sir.
Okay. All right. So
And
I have
so-
to, well, now I have to call you out because where did you get the aim tracks from? So just like I did with Canada Film, making sure that your final budget of what you're using is under $300. Is that going to be included in the build? Because those aim tracks alone already
what are
run
they?
you.
They're like, yeah, they're what?
They're like 100 something
$150?
each.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got a friend that's letting me borrow these.
Okay.
So I
So,
gotta send it back.
technically,
All right.
so
Restalgia.
technically,
Bring it home.
yeah, I was gonna say, so technically those are not part of the final build, just because it's not within the $300 budget. But it is interesting to see that it is compatible. So
Good news. Good news. You might win. Bad news. You might go to jail next day.
There's a lot of borrowed equipment in this build. So yeah, just letting you know.
Well, so we got, I can't afford track balls, right? What the
I was gonna say, look at these things.
What the heck?
Those are
3D print it.
fantastic.
What?
Those
I
are
need, to give you, I need to give you guys the visuals.
Speaking of visuals, we also have somebody else who's joining us. I don't know who this guy is, but he's looking a little
Whoa.
freaking scary. What's going on? Things to rot your brains?
How's everyone doing tonight?
No, I'm not sleeping now.
Oh no! Oh,
Wow.
my goodness, Jacob.
What is going on?
Thought you'd
Ever
be
since
at
like marijuana is legal now, it's just like all hell's breaking loose.
my goodness, American represent. So this is all sorts of fun going on. There he is.
Now, is that? Hold on, wait. That mask, is that your creation, or is that like a production
Human skin.
product?
One of my good friends. It's actually the skin of the idiots.
Nice.
I see. How's it
That's
going?
a nice mask.
You're
Thank
back.
you.
You're back in your arcade. How's the Tombcade and the Tomb Ball builds going along? Let's make Jacob a little bit build. For those that don't know, Jacob is our guest competitor who's been building 2 different builds for a viewer that will be watching the final show. So what's the update? I see some paint. Oh, I see some sticks too.
Yeah. Buttons in place. Gonna put the doors in place. As you see, like all I have to do is this is a foam skin
I was gonna say, is that
comes
foam?
right
Yeah.
off. Gonna finish sculpting that, adding the skulls and decorating that, and then it'll get glued into place. Put on my door with the speaker hinges and some decals and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be final painted, and I made 2, and I made 2 under budget.
Hold on, wait a second. Both of them were under the $300, or each one is under $300?
No, both of them are under the $300. Aside from the fact that you could have to consider that I got the one AtGames board from you guys, and the other AtGames board I already had. So exclude the extra AtGames board that's going to be, because in there. But no, I built both of these and under $300.
Where'd you get the wood?
He stole it from Walmart.
Church.
That's what it really is.
I'm sure he has access to plenty of places to get stuff from. But what do you think of Killer Penguins cocktail build there?
Dude, that's crazy and so clean and so smooth. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Michael B, I can't wait to see what you're going to do too, man. Like, I want to see that come to life.
Thanks, brother.
Breathe some life into that thing, man.
Michael B, are you getting inspired by seeing these builds in progress here? What's going on in your brain?
Inspired or depressed? I don't know which one's.
It's depressed. I'm going to need to take a couple Percocets. Is that what it is? How does it work after this? No, the perks are bad, aren't they?
Perks are like a downer, yeah.
No,
Perks
I
are
don't want
painful.
that. What is it? Prozac. That's what it was.
Prozac, yeah.
helped you. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Just
Marijuana.
yeah, I was gonna say if you need an upper, you need something
Well,
like
I see. Jacob's on that Coke
yeah.
in your hand.
Product placement.
Good. Nice.
But
So,
hold on,
Killer,
wait.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Killer Penguin says there was something inside his build he wanted to show us. Maybe.
Well,
See
I mean,
it.
I got something behind here. I got something, like this little thing mechanism going on here. I mean, it could be a number of things only I know right now.
Okay.
Another thing, real quick. Boom. Check it.
USB port.
USB ports and 3.5 millimeter audio jack.
And we got 3D printed headphone holders. So, if
Nice.
you want to do this late night gaming,
Where's the
No.
beer holders?
those are coming to a build near you.
You got to 3D print some beer holder. It's called a cocktail table. Just where you put the cocktails.
All right. I can do that. I'll do that for you.
He still has 10 days. I mean, if 10 days to do a 3D print versus what Michael B has to do, I think it's possible.
So Killer Penguin, with this being your first major build like this, how difficult was it for you to work with the Legends Connect board?
I mean, the Legends Connect board was, fairly, easy to a point. After when I got it and didn't think it was working, and then I realized that hey, they're sending them out. They're not putting the little black pins in the little leads in there. And after I actually put it in, that's not in the instruction manual. I just happened to see it from a picture. It turned on. I did get the harness. And so I'm going to connect, all these up. The player ones are going to link together. The player twos are going to link together. But yeah, overall, I mean, I do IT, so like the wiring and stuff isn't the hard part.
What was the hard part for you?
His conscience after he stole it from the church.
Yeah, I had to go in.
He's doing a little praying, so
I had to dress up like a janitor. And,
I'm sorry. That's the last time I'll bring that up.
no, you're good.
I will have to say though, just to make sure that we're playing fair, because Canada Phil probably is watching and looking at the competition, and it is you, the viewer, that will be voting on the final build. But we have to make it as fair.
Smooth.
We have to make it as fair as possible. So before you submit final build, make sure that it's only the parts that are going to be under that $300 budget, like the light guns. While it's a cool feature, make sure that's not in the final video showcase. It's the bonus, if you will. Canada Phil has that kind of concept where he has a main build and then extras. Same thing with you, Michael B. No extras for the build. We have a competition. The $300 budget is what people need to be judging you guys on. So just
right now, Mike doesn't even have a
Okay.
main build, so
I mean-
we got to get that started first.
Yep. That would be a good place to start.
I mean, I paid for the shipping for the guns to come. That count?
May I ask
All
a
right, but
question?
no, I
Yeah,
want it,
absolutely.
so you can pull the cord out, and then the cord can feed in, so it's nice, easy cleanup like that. So you
Cool.
don't have cords hanging.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice.
I love this thing. Like I'm in love with what you got built there, Killer Penguins. Like great.
We can even
job,
ask for receipts because it's all.
Yeah.
It's all
The
stolen
church
from
gave him
church.
receipts.
We need to talk to the pastor. Bring your pastor on air.
I can get. That's easy. I can get. A signed letter.
You could get it like
with
someone
all the
that acts like a
everything.
pastor.
No. Yeah. I can change his costume out. Easy.
Michael B needs to start robbing churches.
Hey, who wants to go to heaven with all your friends in hell? So screw it. Go for gold. Win.
I mean,
So-
he's got a good chance. You look, Jacob's won the last two with his evil builds, and now this.
I
So
don't know if
Killer
you can
Penguins,
see
I
it,
got a
but-
question for you, man.
I don't know if you can see it, but back here
Can
we
you hear me
have.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just
Can you?
interrupting you.
Oh,
But no, in the back I have 4 HDMI ports plus an Ethernet jack and 2
That thing's
USBs,
fully loaded.
so you can hook up a PC if you want to.
Wow.
And I also have a 3D printed Nintendo Switch, wherever it is, mount that I'm gonna put on the inside, and so I can, you can put your Nintendo Switch in there and play pinball. That's what these are for, pinball.
Jacob, what was your question?
So I see you have cardboard in the front of that. What have we got to do to get you to remove that?
Is it going to fall down?
I don't know if you. No, it's not. I have something behind this. It ain't no coin door. So
Maybe it's a
the
coin
other two
door?
main features.
It's two coin doors.
Is that behind there is the church donations, that bowl.
It's the donation bowl.
Hey,
Actually,
so
cash.
are you going to take the cardboard off? Are we going to see that? Is this going to be a reveal tonight?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'll do it. So,
All right, here it
mind
is.
you, all right.
Elbow drop.
Oh, that's a fire
Coin door. It's going to be a coin door?
Oh my God, it's a fireplace.
Oh my God,
the
a fireplace. Is that because you got put in hell for stealing from the church?
That's amazing.
No, so we had this entertainment center with the fireplace in it that broke like 2 years ago, and the missus wanted to throw this away, and I'm like, no, I want to keep this and put it in my streaming desk. Well, that never happened, and during this build, I'm like, I am so gonna put this fireplace in here and put it to use.
I love it.
All right, we're gonna definitely need to see some receipts. Adam 12 says this is not under budget. It looks freaking awesome. It looks hellish. It looks amazing. But just to keep it fair, Restalgia, I'm gonna put it on you as the lead person to make sure that the final submission. But this looks freaking amazing.
100%. So in with the rules. You've got to make sure that all your materials, I don't mind getting donations from the church or whatever. That's fine. Jacob, you did that season 1. You didn't get donations. You just stole wood.
it.
But yeah, that's whatever. That's not a big deal. Like the wood is
FBI is
what
going
it
to
is.
close this contest down.
But in terms of the 3D printed trackballs, that's funny. But the light guns, obviously that can't be included in the main build because the 2 light guns combined are $300, right? The I don't even know how to classify the fireplace. It's really interesting, but it's not super practical. So obviously that's not going to be something that needs to be considered for the final build, obviously. So we got to make sure that the build itself for the competition is a $300 build. That's what's presented. That's what is
And then what you want to do with it afterwards, like all the accessories that you did, like the PC compatibility, all those cool things.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
You'll use it, but just when you do your final, it'll be about a minimum of 10 pictures plus video of it working is what we're looking at, so that we can get fair pictures and videos from all the competitors, so that you, the viewers, people that are watching this on replay, are going to be voting in 2 weeks for the winner. Michael B has his hands raised.
So the fireplace is in there, but you're saying it's not really there. Have you ever been in court and then the other, lawyer says something really damning about you that he shouldn't have said, and then the judge is like, please, jury, don't pay any attention to that comment. And it doesn't matter what the judge said. They're still going to pay attention to the comment anyways. I feel like this is a setup here like that.
You can't erase that from you. You can't let's delete that.
We're just going to have to put some black Bristol board over it. Just pretend it's not there in the final video. That's it.
Yeah, just can leave
So
the
I can't even count how many features this thing has. It has so many features. And I think it's fitting that you have the fireplace, because it's kind of like you got the stuff from the church and we don't know for sure if it's 100% legal.
I thought it was going to be the thing where
there's no proof. We can't prove, Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
No,
I thought it was going to be the thing that pops down on the pew where you put your knees on it. I thought it was just going to come down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
But honestly, I love this thing. It is so pretty. It's so cool. I've been dying for AtGames to make something like this. It's bigger than what I thought anybody would be able to make. So good job. This is really cool, man.
Yeah, you did it so well that immediately everybody's like, are you on the budget? Are you staying at the budget? You brought it awesome, man. Yeah. Awesome.
So I mean, and I told Restalgia, I can get a signed letter from them saying, what they gave me, and that I can do that to provide proof. Yep. The stuff, I asked if I could, borrow the guns and, pay the shipping. And so I was adding the shipping into my budget. So I thought that was going to be okay.
Knife of arcade.
Can't do it though. The guns themselves are too high
Understand.
values. Yeah. So like essentially what you need to do is make sure that if somebody else were trying to build this build, that they could do it for about the same price. Obviously, depending on where they're
Exactly.
from. And you can find lumber for cheap. Like there are places where you can get scrap lumber. So I'm not super upset about like the lumber donations, even the plexi. Like you can find a lot of companies that use plexi. If they have scrap, they'll give it to you for pennies on the dollar, just because to them they were going to chuck it anyways. So like some of that stuff totally cool. Light guns, I just can't let that through just because
That's
even
fine.
if you paid
Value.
in the shipping, the cost of the
Yep.
gun is too high. Same with that fireplace. Like I don't think you're finding a fireplace for less than $100.
Hey, B.
Yes.
Can we share these guys' YouTube channels?
Oh, absolutely.
The
Yeah.
link?
So
Yeah, the links.
Yeah, I'll throw in Michael B the Game Genie's link and things
Awesome.
to rot your brains and Killer Penguins into the description. Definitely check them out. And Restalgia, do you want to give updates on our final competitor that didn't join us last week and what happened?
Yeah, so Scott, so we were going back and forth, and he was looking at his build, and he ended up dropping out just because of some time constraints, and he didn't think he was going to actually be able to make it happen. So he said just by the time everything's said and done, he just didn't think it was an option for him, and he needed to withdraw from the competition.
So unfortunately,
So-
that leaves one competitor down. That is up to now 3 competitors in the final competition: Killer Penguins, Michael B the Game Genie, and Canada Phil. So it's a 3-way race with Jacob still as our guest competitor, 2 Canadians, 1 very, very American competitor who think it still has a really good chance to get this going on.
Love it.
So you're down to just the 1 representative, Killer Penguins. How you feeling with all of America on your shoulders now, representing this competition?
I mean, the weight on my shoulders. Luckily, I have this belt. You know, it's all about having that back support. That I have
What is
to
that
have
made
in
of?
the USA. It's actually a belt.
Oh,
really
all right, cool. Why'd you choose the name Killer Penguins? Are you killing penguins or what is that?
No, it's not penguin killer. It's killer penguins. I'm a colony of penguins that are gonna kill.
But why'd you choose that? Why'd you choose Killer Penguins? I'm confused. Why? Like
He
why'd
just told
choose that?
you.
He's a colony of killer penguins.
Yeah,
That says
a
it all.
colony of them.
That doesn't make sense.
We're kind of like the penguins of Madagascar in real life.
Very
Still don't
nice.
get it.
I like
so,
that.
so did you do some SEO research when you chose your YouTube name? Like this was driving traffic. Like I get Tampatec. Like obviously he does tech stuff, and he's from Tampa.
It's because
get
they got
it.
out this cool logo right here. That's what it is.
That's what it
No,
was.
so
It's,
yeah, no. So
It's-
I used to be a contracted game streamer, and that
Oh,
for
okay.
3 years, and so that was my gaming logo and everything.
Oh,
like
that makes more sense.
yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, see, what actually happened is all the penguins that he's killed are in the boxes behind the build. So
Being shipped out
that's right.
for their skin.
That's right.
The skins are
comes-
very
comes with
valuable.
Exactly.
everyone.
That's right.
Yes, keep you warm in the winter. You know, I'm gonna send some to Canada because I heard it gets cold up there.
It does.
Yeah.
Real cold. Real cold.
Michael
got you
B.
guys.
So between you and Canada Phil, I mean, did you watch Canada Phil's build at all? How are you feeling with your
I did.
fellow Canadian and your chances now?
I'm very proud of everybody else in this contest who has done so much great work. And thank you for allowing me to be part of it.
How confident are you in your fellow co-host from SGRD and his modding skills to go up against me in our host competition?
Oh, I think if you can actually get your build into something B, like I don't know if you have a spare race car bed or something you can put that into around, I think you've got him done. I mean, Restalgia built his thing years ago. I don't have any faith at all in it. Your race car makes me excited.
If I pay for shipping, maybe I can throw some light guns and like some stuff on it too.
Just
And
go to the church and like take a bunch of shit.
Get the few things. Meatball Sauce is asking Michael B. He came late. Did we see something from Michael B? You pretty
Not
much
physically, not physically,
spiritually,
spiritually.
spiritually and emotionally.
No, that
I took a,
eggplant would have costed the YouTube to go.
No,
to keep under wraps.
I was gonna put a arcade and an avocado first, but I decided to go in a different direction. So here we are, and I told Restalgia because he was like, "Do you have your build done?" And I was like, "No," and he was like, "So do you have some art or something?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna take everybody on a spiritual journey with my words." So
And I was like,
the
"Yeah, that's not gonna
infinity
cut it, Mike."
table.
I was like, "That's just simply not gonna cut it, Mike." So
No.
Spiritual
no, your
damage.
diagrams are wonderful. It definitely doesn't look like a 3-year-old did them.
you piece of garbage.
He did it in paint, bro. Oh man.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it for today's show. We do have a week of a gap week between our finale show. So what's going to happen next, Restalgia? Let everybody know what's going to happen now that we've showed everybody where they're at progress wise. We've gotten some feedback. What's going to happen next?
Okay, so we've got next week off. We're going to let these guys keep doing their builds, doing their refinements, tweaking whatever they want to tweak, making adjustments now that they've seen all the other competitors' progress and they know where everyone's at or not at, Mike. But but then they've got their submissions coming in, I think on the 24th. Yeah, so their final date is the 24th. On the 24th, they've got to be done their builds. They've got to have either a video, photographs, a write-up, something that can properly explain everything. I prefer, just so everyone knows, to do a video because then we can take that video and share it as well as some photos. So there's going to be videos, there's going to be photos, and then I'm going to hand all that stuff over to B. B is going to go ahead and put them online, make some posts so that way you guys can start your voting. And the voting, I think, is going to start... I think realistically, by the time we get it all set up, it'll be the 26th. So that'll be the Tuesday. And from Tuesday until Thursday, which is going to be the final show, you've got the ability to vote for your favorite. And what we're going to do is a tiered system. So you'll actually be voting for these 3 builds in the order of which you like them. So just because somebody is going to be voted number 1 by a bunch of people, that may not matter if that same person also gets voted in 3rd place by a lot of the voters. Then you could actually got a wild card where number 2 steps in and actually takes the top prize just because they've got the most number 2 votes. So we're trying to make it as level of a playing field as possible. And then winner gets announced on the 28th in the finale. And then we've also got a judge's pick, which will happen on that day as well. And then the rest is that's it. That's the competition.
And we also have a pick for the one of the voters will be winning Jacob's build too. So
that's right. That's right.
So I'm playing for miscongeniality. Is that a thing?
It might be, yeah.
We can have different ways for people to rank their votes, but it will be a rank 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go from there. So look forward to that in about 2 weeks for the build. We'll also find a way somehow, some way for folks to also let us know which build you like better between me and Restalgia. Just trying to add some more of that US versus Canada competition into that flavor. But I got it working. I have my CoinOps X build in here. It's pretty legit. So if you look at this final build here, I'm gonna go another screen. Can you guys see this? You guys can see this.
No, we can't. No, we can't.
No?
I'm joking. We can see it. We can see
it. So I have my build from the back end. I have my CoinOps X running in here with this, and it works great. And so this wheel is already working. To Michael B's point, I do need to put it into something, but I don't know. A lot of racing rigs are kind of bare bones, and I don't know if that account, but somebody can definitely do this under $300. So I will try to make it more cohesive, but from everything else, this is up and running, and this is really cool that you can see this with Legends Connect board working. So
Yep.
Restalgia, any thoughts on the build that you see here, and from a competitor standpoint, what would you like to see me work on? Like, do you think I should put it into something final?
Yeah, 100%. I think that you should. I think that you should go crazy with this thing. If you're gonna do this, you gotta go deep on it, man. You gotta do as much as you can and try to squeeze every single cent out of that $300. So if you can do some type of like car frame, that's cool. I will gladly concede to you if you come up with something spectacular. If you're just gonna put a racing wheel on a metal Amazon frame and then say, "Oh, I beat Restalgia because I did nothing," then yeah, you can try that. But I mean, I think if you're going with a racing cab, you got to make this thing like stellar.
All right, the challenge accepted. That'll be what I'll be doing in my last 10 days to see if we can put some more thought into this actual racing build and see what can be running off the Legends Connect. But this is CoinOps X running off the Legends Connect board itself. There's a racing build in here that I got working earlier on. So from a component standpoint, I'm pretty good. It's just the shell. So we'll see. I'm done with that side of it.
At a bare minimum, you need a license plate that says Kongs are us.
Oh yeah, that's
you need some type of license plate attached there somewhere.
That
Otherwise, it's a failure. You can't even submit without a license plate.
Or
straight legal then.
Or the license plate can say "ass man." That would also be acceptable.
That would be okay too.
Absolutely.
Or,
All right.
I want. Oh, go ahead.
Or the right license plate says Restalgia because he's going to be seeing it in your review.
Oh, yeah, we can have some fun there. Do some more.
I want to see a
US versus-
tutorial how you configured that steering wheel to the Legends.
It was just plug and play, like pretty much at that point. This is a Nintendo Switch wheel. Like I just have Outrun, for example, running here, and I just map the A button to the gas pedal. So I'll show you guys right now, just me running actual Outrun on the Legends Connect board. But while I do that, Restalgia, any final thoughts that you have for their competitors? Final words of advice in their last 10 days of the build?
KillerPenguins, I love what you did, but you got to keep your build $300 or less, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, nah, there's too much going on. It's over $300. It's got to be under $300 on the final submission. So make sure whatever you submit to me in the pictures and videos is a $300 budget, and we're good. If you want to add guns and all the other crazy stuff to it, totally cool. You can do that after, and you can talk about it on the finale as well to say like, hey, we can do so much more with this. Here's some other like bonus stuff. That's cool. But make sure that build is $300. So important, because I'm not afraid to give people the boot if they go over budget. So
yeah, the technology he's talking about, that the technology in the cabinet is expensive. That's what he's talking about.
That's right. So in terms of Mike, all I need from you, man, all I need from you is to get a build finished. Just do something. Just connect the Legends. just take the HDMI out of the Legends Connect board, plug it into your TV, and try to plug in a USB controller, and at least give me something by the finale. So that's all. That's all I need from you. Buddy.
Hey, B, you got to turn off that light because it's really like we can't see the screen.
Oh, it's too bright. Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's too bright. The screen's too bright.
I've got some words of advice for KillerPenguins to help you out with the light gun thing. That it's light. All you have to say is it's light gun ready.
Yeah, you could say it's light gun ready. That works.
Light gun ready. Light guns do work with it. It's like when Nintendo sold the system and they're like, yeah, the Zapper can work with this too.
Okay.
All right. Tampatec, any other final words of advice? I was just trying to demo what it could do, so I'm done with the demo. Tampatec, any other words of advice?
So this is a very entertaining, interesting episode, definitely. And I personally think that that cabinet is over the top and it's incredible. The technology in it, like, I agree with Restalgia, that's over $300. The wood, I understand you could get free wood because Jacob did it. MichaelB, I want to see the PowerPoint come to real life.
All right.
Yeah, I need to see something besides just like those squares and rectangles.
I was gonna put some circles in, but it took a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. And
All
I
right.
can I get some extra time? Like if something unfortunate happens to Restalgia, can we, buy me a week?
How about this? If KillerPenguins gets arrested and there's and we have to wait for his court appearance. No, I don't know. It's up to B, and
you just put a hit on the KillerPenguins for MichaelB. So I mean,
you might have to sell that cabinet to get bailed out of jail.
All right, but I like what Travis is saying here. That I definitely want to see what we can do reasonably, because the whole point of this whole contest was to say that can you build something under $300? I did like the cardboard theme, so I'm not really good at woodworking, but when I was in college, I built an Optimus Prime outfit out of cardboard. So if I can do a cardboard racing build, that might happen to make this a cardboard racer. So that might be my frame, and it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be pretty. I can do wonders with cardboard, but just not wood. So we'll see what we can do there. Things to rot your brains, Jacob. Any other words for your competitors?
Bring it, guys! Like, bring it. Killer Penguins, you're bringing a lot. Michael B, the Game Genie, bring it, guys. Okay. I didn't want to say this, but this is friendly, Michael. Come on, build something. I'm building 2, buddy.
I know.
I'm just messing around when I say
He
that.
built the PowerPoint.
I did.
I can't do that.
I'm actually gonna let my 2-year-old daughter rewatch this so she can see Michael B shapes, because it's like Sesame Street.
Oh.
My daughter helped me. My 5-year-old daughter. So we're good.
It looks great. I love it.
For educational purposes only. Killer Penguins, any final words for people to vote for you and show Canada how the U.S. modders do it?
No, I just, I appreciate the opportunity. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna talk some stuff out with Restalgia, figure out for that, and everybody that is enjoying it, likes it. I appreciate that, and I'm Team USA. Got to bring it all the way.
Salute to the suit.
Salute to the suit. MichaelB, the Game Genie. Any final last words? Good luck.
No, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have more done. Thank you so much for having me on, for the opportunity to be here with all of you. Tampatec, it's so nice to meet you. Jacob, I've known about you for so long, but this is the first time we got a chance to say hello to each other as well. Yeah. So that's really cool. Restalgia, I mean, I think of you so fondly. You wouldn't understand my feelings for you. So anyways, everybody else have a wonderful night.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks on the 28th. Look for details from Restalgia and myself on voting, and we'll see you next time. See you at the finale, everybody. Bye.